If you watched my last video, you can see I talked about Shatter Dive and a build that is so powerful where you can spam Shatter Dive and you can have a very fast super in slow game modes like Trials of Osiris. Well, this build can be used anywhere in the game and it's honestly very potent, especially right now. This one is going to be mainly centered around your grenade, so naturally the Hunter can take the most benefit of this, but I believe that the Titan can take a lot of benefit from this as well. I say this because when their class abilities are spec'd into, they have a very low timer. Not bad to use this on the Warlock, but of course the Warlock will take longer than the other two classes. Right here, I want you guys to go ahead and take a look at my discipline. As you can see, I have tier 2 discipline, which is 2 minutes and 5 seconds on my grenade cooldown. 2 minutes is a long time. I'm going to show you a mod that can help you severely cut that timer down by a lot. Now right here, I'm showing you guys Bomber, which is a class item mod. You are going to need a solar class item to run this mod. I also highly recommend running 2 of these so you can increase the benefit of this mod. Do stack and you're going to want to get your grenade back as quickly as you can. This mod does work with all classes and all grenades, but since we're focused on stasis right now, stasis grenades have a longer cooldown than the light based subclasses. Another thing I also wanted to point out, in my last video I did recommend using distribution on the class item, but there are also downsides to using that as well. First one is you have to actually be in the vicinity of enemies. That will be whenever a threat detector weapon can detect an enemy is when you can use distribution. Another downside would be that it also costs 4 energy, so you can't run 2 of them and run something like 4 recovery, whereas Bomber you can run 2 of them and you can run 4 recovery or whatever else you want to run in that slot. So with the nerf to Shatter Dive and the Glacier grenade combo, people are going to naturally switch over to the Dustfield grenade or they'll switch over to the Cold Snap grenade. Now with this build, I want you guys to run the Dustfield grenade, and I'm also going to show you a trick that you can do with the Dustfield grenade if you didn't already know. So the first things first, you're going to want to use Whisper of Hedrons. So whenever you freeze a target with stasis, you're going to get a 10-second damage buff to your weapon. If you happen to be running a 120 hand cannon, you're going to go around 2-tapping people like nothing. So you're going to want to use Whisper of Durance. This makes it so whenever you slow down a target, duration on the slow lasts even longer. This applies to your dodge, your shurikens, and even your grenade. Now, if you remember earlier how I was talking about, I'm going to show you guys a trick. I took 2 friends into a private match and actually one of them didn't even know that this was even a thing. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other players out there that also don't know that this is a thing. I was actually using this before I started using the Shatter Dive combo. Forgot how deadly this build can be, especially in a setting like Trials where you can easily set up an engagement, bait someone out, get a 2-tap. Now you have the numbers advantage. So right here I had him throw down a Titan shield. You're going to see that my Whisper of Hedrons perk actually proc off of this Titan shield. Now the first time he was in it, he actually was standing on top of the shield and got frozen. So let me show you another example of this actually working on the shield only. So as you can see, I simply got the damage boost just off of using my grenade on a Titan shield. You can also see that the timer keeps resetting as it ticks on the shield. Some people may look at this like, well, I don't want to waste my grenade just to have a damage buff. Trust me, imagine you're in a scenario where you guys are team shooting at each other but you're not quite getting the kill. Imagine there's a Titan shield, you tell your teammates, yo, I got a damage buff, let's team shoot this. Or you get in a gunfight with somebody and you have a damage buff, so you're most likely going to win the engagement as long as you're hitting your shots, right? Or look at it like this, you and your teammate both throw your grenades on the shield, so now you and a teammate or teammates have damage buff on your weapon, so you guys can easily outgun the other team. Either way, how I look at it, you can use your grenade, get people out of cover, or you can just use it to activate some damage buff and have an advantage in the gunfight. Now the Titan shield isn't the only way that you can proc this. You can also proc this off of glacier grenades. With how popular glacier grenades are in the Crucible, you'll be seeing them just as much as you see the Titan shields. Granted that most players destroy them instantly, but let's say they don't. You can also use glacier grenades the same way that you can do the Titan shield, as seen as the example in the video. Now he did destroy the glacier grenade, but it also reprocs off of the glacier grenade just like it does with the Titan shield. So guys, give me your thoughts on this. Would you use your grenade on a shield, purposely getting a damage buff, and knowing that you can get your grenade back very fast with the right discipline setup and using the right exotics while also using bomber. I think it's good because you're adding more versatility to your loadout. You can kind of use your grenade to think of a more methodical type of gameplay. If you're using something like this in 6s, imagine the amount of kills you can rack up in a short amount of time, as long as you're at the right place at the right time. With weapons that can do high damage, simply have something like kill clip or rampage that you can also stack with it, or even memento mori on the ace of spades. Let's also not forget that the Salvation's grip exotic grenade launcher also works with stasis as well. Surprisingly very good and potent when used correctly. Highly recommend checking out my shatter dive video. You can check the timestamps and just simply go straight to the gameplay if you want to see it. So that is pretty much it for the build, man. Highly recommend trying this out for yourself and seeing if you like it and you want to stick with it. Even if you aren't a big fan of stasis, or if you don't even own Beyond Light to have access to stasis, having access to bomber is very good for your loadout. Having your grenade up frequently is very good for your loadout. Be able to flush out campers more often. You'll be able to stop rushers more often, depending on what type of grenades and what type of playstyle you are using. But if you're going to be playing Trials of Osiris, I do highly recommend running this type of loadout. And if you have any friends that would be interested in this, please feel free to share this video with them, or just simply share the knowledge with them. That's pretty much going to be it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this gameplay, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And if you do subscribe, make sure to turn the post notifications on so you'll be notified whenever I drop a new video. As always, I want you guys to have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Jay, and I'm out of here. Peace.